Hi, everyone. I'm Nancy.
And I'm Stephanie.
And if you enjoy the show, please like and subscribe.
And hit that notification bell. This song's going to get old because we're going to constantly try to find different ways to ring the bell.
I'm thinking about creating an opening.
You should, like a video
so people
montage.
Can choose not to hear the song if they don't want to.
Exactly.
So I'm working on that. I downloaded ChatGPT on my phone for the first time ever. I am learning how to use it, so I think I can do an opening using that, I think. We're also on Instagram at TWiN, and you can also find us on X.
It is Gong Yu's birthday. That's why I'm wearing this wonderful sweatshirt that Nancy created for Squid Game. It's beautiful.
Like that, there's my boyfriend, Byung-hun.
Yes, and there's Gong.
His full name is Lee Byung-hun.
But it's his birthday, and he's 46. He is a Cancer, and he's the hottest guy in the entire world.
We know right now you're watching this, Gong Yu, but we're sorry we don't have a lot of your merch. We didn't know who you were until Squid Game. And then we saw Train to Busan. And now we're obsessed with all your movies,
Goblin,
all of your TV dramas. It's insane. So
the trunk,
doing it. You know, and I get the K-pop invasion the kids had about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We weren't into it.
Well, duh.
And then now they're saying that there's like a K-drama invasion. I got to be honest with you,
yeah,
Netflix.
There is.
I love that Netflix is putting on like shows like Mr. Sunshine and all the stuff of the people that were on Squid Game. But these new shows with these new kids, I just can't get into them. Well, no, I feel bad.
Gong Yu's coming out with a new one. So,
and I will be watching that
one. So everyone wish happy birthday to Gong Yu.
What's his full name?
Liane.
Cute. We had a French state visit yesterday, and it was so exciting. The president of France, Emmanuel Macron, and his wife, Brigitte, got off their plane. And it was interesting because when he got off the plane, he then put his hand out for her to like hold it, and she didn't grab it. So that must have been awkward. I don't know, because everyone's now watching how they're going to get off a plane because we're obsessed now. Bad at this point because that's going to be forever. Is like even after he's president, it's going to be like plane watch for those two, or even if they hang out in the same country at that point. But they got off the plane. She didn't take his hand, but who cares? Because the Prince and Princess of Wales were there to greet them on the tarmac. Need my glasses for this one. I love that. Prince William and Princess Catherine were the one to greet them. You know, nothing screams future king and queen more like this. This is just amazing. Can we please talk about Princess Catherine wearing Dior?
Wow.
The Sussex squad lost their effing minds yesterday.
Why?
Because there was this whole Dior controversy that Meghan was going to sign with Dior. Remember a long time ago when they went to that pay-to-play global vax event, you know, and they were wearing winter clothes in New York in the summer
because they were
and they were taping for Netflix. She had like the Diana purse that Dior made.
She was hoping for an endorsement, but it never came.
And then Harry wore a Dior wrinkled suit.
I do remember that.
He had nobody to help press that suit at the coronation. It was an absolute disgrace. Obviously, Meghan never had Dior come to her. She probably was putting it out there, but there is absolutely no way because Dior dresses all the royals. Not just in the UK, it's all around the world.
Well, I think also when you're in that situation, Meghan and Harry were lying about a lot of things like, oh, this is good. We have this deal and we have that deal and we have Netflix and we have this, but then everything tanked. So of course if they had a Dior deal, it would never have gone through.
Meghan's fake it till you make it finally blew up in her face.
There you go.
But she wore Dior. She always does a nod to the fashion houses of the state that is visiting. And obviously France is hello, they are known for their fashion houses.
I love the pale pink.
I love the pale pink too. I think she looked so beautiful.
I love that he was wearing a blue suit, blue and pink. I thought that was so cute.
Yeah, very summer, very fresh.
Her hair just looks so spectacular and dazzling.
And she surprised me. We haven't gotten to that yet, the dinner, but she surprised me because usually she'll wear her hair down like that because the night before it's got to be like super curled.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they put in some extensions the night before because she wears her hair up with a tiara at the state dinner. So, you know, when you have to like do that, you need like a lot of hair to put your hair up. So that's what I thought. I thought she was going to put her hair up. She surprised us. Here's another beautiful shot of the two of them. Isn't that nice? And I like how they had all the French colors for everybody.
I want that fascinator so bad. You know that's going to sell out.
Oh, yeah. He's grabbing his hand because he helped her down the stairs.
I thought that was sweet.
Yeah, there was a lot of PDA action going on.
I know. I saw it yesterday. I was like, good for her. You know, she's not wasting any time. She's like, listen, life is short. Yeah. I'm gonna touch my husband's back.
Yeah. It's a better shot of him grabbing her hand.
Love the shoes.
Yeah. And here is the king seeing Prince William. He's like, oh, you're here. There you are. And he's like, did you see him? And he's like, yeah, I saw him on the tarmac, dude. Yeah, and he's like, oh, I'm so glad to see you. Yeah, so the Sussex Squad has been trying to do this narrative for the last couple of weeks that there's like strain between Prince William and the king.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Because Prince William is like stepping on the king's toes and doing things that the king, no, absolutely not. The king is beyond proud. We're going to play a little bit more on our Sunday live because we always do royal stuff. But the king mentioned Prince William in his speech at the state dinner. So just get that out of your head.
I remember when Queen Elizabeth used to look at Prince Charles at the time when he was Prince of Wales. And she just had so much light in her eyes for him when he would do certain things. If he would say a speech or he would talk Welsh, anything like that, she would just be like this.
Yeah.
You know, so could you imagine him looking at his son? Yeah. Feeling the same kind of pride.
Exactly.
Thank God.
But that's what Sussex Squad doesn't understand. To us royalists who love the royal family and the British monarchy, we've known this for so many years. They're just seeing snippets on social media and they're thinking, oh, well, isn't that weird how Prince William went by himself to this place today? And it's like, when King Charles was the Prince of Wales, he always went by himself to places. Yeah. You have to carve out your own path. And Princess Catherine is going to do that as well. Sorry, guys, she got cancer and she's recovering, but get over it. Looks like he got a haircut. I kind of like it.
Maybe.
It looks like it was a little kind of like shaved.
I like everything. The bow, the earrings, the pearls.
It's beautiful. Of course, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh were there and they were showing all these like, you know, cool things. It's something I would love. You know, something like what Dell sent us, that scrapbook.
Yeah, history.
Like, look at all this history, guys. Oh, I would just get lost. I would get lost. I can't, again, people like us cannot understand the opportunity that Meghan Markle squashed because could you imagine having access to these things?
She was clearly obsessed with the royal family when she was a kid. So why you screw that up?
And an adult.
Yeah.
And then we get this from Kensington Palace. We have never gotten a shot like this ever of the Prince and Princess of Wales before they're headed out to a state dinner. Usually we have to wait for them to walk into the banquet hall. Some of us were speculating that a kid might have taken it before their mom and dad went out for a dinner. I don't know. If a kid did take it, then good on them.
Well, she posted a picture of Prince Louis taking a picture of her. So he might be a little bit into photography. Who knows?
She might have set the camera up perfectly on a tripod and told one of them to snap it. Who knows? We don't know. But it would be precious if one of them had taken it.
Yeah.
And this gives us an idea. Obviously, thank you to Remoulade Sauce on X. This person, oh my God, I want to like shake this person's hand one day. She goes above and beyond, I'm telling you. But we found out that her dress is Givenchy and it is by Sarah Burton. So Sarah Burton designed Princess Catherine's wedding gown when she was working for Alexander McQueen in the UK. Sarah Burton has now gone to Givenchy, and I thought it was so nice because you've got this French fashion house, but you have the person that you still want to support that you've been supporting all the years. So I thought that was beautiful.
And the color red, of course, and blue, very prominent colors of the UK and France.
Yes.
So it's just, you know, spot on.
We've seen her wear Queen Mary's tiara
I love that.
many of times. So I just thought the
lover's
whole
knot.
Overall looked great for her first time in a while doing this, and she looked beautiful. So this is normally the picture we get. But like I said, please keep it coming where we can see pictures before, because the internet went crazy when that came out. We just all went nuts. There is the beautiful, everyone calls her #Super Sophie. It's the Duchess of Edinburgh, but everyone's been calling her Super Sophie.
That's a good nickname.
I'm totally here for it. There is the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester, and they look fantastic.
Oh, she's just so elegant.
Oh.
She's so demure.
Yeah.
Love her.
And of course, we have the MVP of the British royal family, the beautiful Princess Anne, and her lovely husband, Admiral Timothy Lawrence. And he's always, you know, up for anything. I just love this guy.
I love her tiara.
I do too. We get the group shot. I know that there's a lot of historic significance going on with what King Charles is wearing. I don't want to get it wrong. So I suggest everybody, as always, go over to Brittany at Royal News Network, because you know she knows the 411 on what everyone's wearing. And if you need to really know, again, go follow Romalot Sauce on X, because I can't do it any better. I'm not going to do it because I can't do it any better. The pictures and video, like I said, of the banquet, I want to play more on our Sunday Royalty Live, because like I said, the King did mention Prince William in his speech. It was a very sweet moment. And we'll play the other videos that they put up. But right now they're still putting out the videos, so it's still a little fresh. But I wanted to show you guys the pictures of Brigitte and Emmanuel leaving today. And this is just me being silly. They show a picture and it's just like the body language to me. I'm sorry, this is hilarious, but they look like those two house guests that you like invite, like, come, no, you need to stay. And then they finally come, and then you can't wait to get rid of them.
Oh.
Because look at this picture. King Charles is like, okay, see you later. And Queen Camilla's already like, all right, I gotta go.
Yeah.
But she had a really good excuse. We're going to show pictures on Sunday. The Queen went to Wimbledon. I'm saying it right, everybody. Do you know that there's a whole subreddit page dedicated to things I mispronounce?
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, it's that bad.
We got to get it right.
I know. And I feel terrible. And I will do better. Wimbledon. I'm sorry, guys. One thing I will show you before Sunday's live is in a video, they were showing the King and Queen in Windsor Castle get ready for the banquet, and like looking at the flowers and looking at the food and looking at everything. All of a sudden, you see someone with a tray walk by with a cocktail with, now these are actual flower petals, I believe.
Oh, I'm sure.
The way to do it. These are not dry flower sprinkles that you dump in a beverage and just wish for the best that you're not going to choke.
And they
or
obviously
get sick.
Use the colors, of course. Like, I mean, it's like,
I'm going to give you guys till Sunday to speculate. Do you think that the royal family was kind of like saying, we can do this better, Meghan? Probably not.
I don't think they have the time to give a crap about her.
I was hoping, though.
I mean, my God.
You know who does have time to give a crap about Meghan and Harry? The American tabloid Radar Online.
Yeah, they've been busy.
Knocking it out of the park. Now, we get this story yesterday, of course, because why not overshadow over the state visit, even though Harry and Meghan's tricks are not working anymore.
No.
I saw this Radar story well after the banquet was over, because I really just wanted to see the banquet photos first.
Did
Did
she post on Instagram yesterday?
She did. She posted
she did.
the most basic thing ever. Okay. It was her in beige, and she was holding like these plain, I'm sorry, they looked wilted flowers Is she trying to
That
say
sounds
that
right.
that's where she gets the flowers?
What,
Is
from
by like
wilted fields?
No, I don't know what she keeps implying by showing the flowers. Like, I know she's trying to become like a hostess, entertainer.
It's Chuckleberry Acres.
Yeah, she should. Like, if she made it Chuckleberry Acres, I would buy a ticket to that.
Giving it to her.
We told you, Meghan, if you changed your lifestyle brand to Chuckleberry Acres, we would definitely push your stuff for sure.
50 Shades of Hay.
Oh, that one's good too.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So Radar Online put these 2 stories out. We're going to show this one first. Exclusive. Psychos, kidnappers, and terrorists really are out to get them. Radar reveals how Prince Harry's security fears are based on extreme and very real threats to him and his family. Radar is a tabloid. Radar gets leaked stories by publicists, by places like WME. This was obviously a planted story.
This is a big Housewives channel too. Housewives get paid like $20,000 to leak stories to Radar. That's some bank every month. If you do like 5 stories a month, that's a lot of money.
I know. So obviously Harry and Meghan want to start the narrative again in America that nobody cares about us in the UK, but you know, we're going to die.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. We just saw Jeff Bezos' wedding with some of the most powerful billionaires in the world attend, and there was hardly any security on those canals. So now we got to worry about Harry and Montecito.
Yeah.
Please.
No one's buying it, Harry. But it is a funny picture they used. Prince Harry has been mocked for declaring about the chances of him and his family returning to Britain without increased security. I couldn't see a world in which we'd feel safe coming back. I think this also has to do with he's going to have to go to the UK soon for the Invictus Games. Yeah. And I think he's like really freaked out that he's not going to be able to bring her. Because if he did, he'd have to show that it is safe.
Yeah, exactly.
But Radar Online can reveal his fears are justified, with the threat level against the royal and his family now higher than ever, according to experts.
Threat level midnight.
I was thinking that too.
I know.
One security insider told us Harry, his wife, and their kids have their names all over the dark web and encrypted channels used by terrorists to communicate. Yeah, the Wales kids are probably on there too. Why don't you stop putting pictures of your kids in pajama bottoms and stop putting their heads so there isn't a bounty? Show their face, get it over with. So they can be like Angelina and Brad's kids. They walk around now with no security. They're fine now because their face was out there.
Little Knox is out there jockeying.
Yeah. They are a high-value kidnap and torture commodity for jihadists to use against Britain and the West. And there are also complete obsessives who are talking constantly about stalking the pair and their children. Show proof or it didn't happen. The threat level against them is now on red.
What a horrible way to live their lives.
Yeah.
Just planting these stories and being paranoid all the time. Could you imagine
It's awful.
having to go to Disneyland and like roping off areas and not being able to like be around people?
Yeah.
That's like Harry's life now.
And having the money to do it.
His mother was the people's princess and he can't even be around people right now.
I know. Harry remains locked in a bitter legal battle with the British government over the removal of state-funded police protection. And sources now say Harry and his wife, Meghan, have genuine and specific fears about their family's safety if they were to return to Britain. Then don't return.
Yeah, you guys should go somewhere else. Leave California. Go somewhere else.
Yeah, no one cares. With radical protesters and terrorist groups identified as ongoing risks, experts warn the couple are legitimate targets and stress the threat is far from theoretical. Royal commentator Duncan Lacrombie backs up our sources' information. He said the threat is very real. I'm sorry, I still don't believe you. There are people out there, lunatics, radical individuals, and terrorist elements who would see attacking Harry or Meghan as a symbolic act.
Well, maybe he should have kept his mouth shut and spare, not told everyone that he was killing people.
Yeah, I'm really scared that this article even came out because what if Meghan really is planning another fake
catastrophic
circumstance?
Doesn't
it sound like she's
preparing us,
doesn't it?
Kind of.
Like, oh, you guys are going to be sorry if something happens to Harry.
Watch this.
That's the reality they're dealing with. These are not paranoid fears. These are credible risks. See, they're parroting everything we're saying. We did 2 shows on how paranoid and crazy Harry's been acting lately. And all of a sudden they're saying it's not paranoia.
Don't worry, guys. The threat is real.
Harry and Markle's absence from King Charles's birthday parade last month again highlighted they weren't invited. Harry remained in California with those people. Insiders say it was not just strained family ties that kept them away, but the ongoing security standoff.
See, they want to throw the royal family under the bus, and they want to add the security risk at the same time. They're trying to do a double whammy right now.
Harry and Meghan were not invited to Trooping the Color. They are not welcomed.
Right.
And what happened was now Meghan is pissed, and she wants everybody to know that, oh, they would have been at that birthday parade, but they're scared for their lives.
What they're trying to say is they would have been there if King Charles would have given them the security they wanted.
Yeah, that's what
they're not, it's not like they're serious about being scared for their lives.
No.
They're trying to throw the royal family under the bus and make them look like the bad guys.
That's what I'm saying. A source close to the couple said Harry can't risk bringing Meghan and the children. I'm sorry, that's funny. And the children over without proper protection.
Yeah, again, it's in the hands of the UK. It's not his fault.
He's brought them to Mexico.
Exactly.
To Costa Rica.
Yeah.
He brought Meghan to Jamaica.
Yep.
Colombia. Go on the State Department website right now and read about that, guys. Go on there right now. It's not a matter of ego. It's about safety. These threats aren't vague. They're specific and they're terrifying.
See, what they're doing too is that they're putting in black and white right now all the stuff that us commentators were talking about, saying he's got a big ego. Meghan thinks she's better than everybody else. Yeah. She thinks she should have, a motor brigade with tinted windows and bulletproof window. It's like we all said this, and now it's like, no, it's not a matter of ego.
Yeah. Hey guys,
she's being serious about this. These are like Disneyland threats.
She needed an 8-car motor brigade to go see Gypsy on Broadway.
Of course.
I mean, Audra McDonald, she's a security threat.
Of course.
Harry lost his high court appeal in May against the decision to strip him of police protection when visiting the UK. The ruling confirmed he would no longer be entitled. Yeah, but it was a case to case.
Yeah,
so if they thought for a second he was entering the country and there was a risk, Ravac would do the necessary arrangements they would need to do. According to Lacrombie, this decision leaves the couple dangerously exposed. Private security simply doesn't compare. That's a lie. Gong Yu has private security. Jeff Bezos has private security. Elon Musk has he used to have private security. Now I think he does have Secret Service, but the Kardashians have private security. That is a total lie. If that were true, then everybody would be kidnapped by now for ransom. Yeah, that is the biggest lie.
They don't have the money to do anything.
They can hire former military or security professionals, but they don't have access to British intelligence, counter-terrorism briefings, or police networks. If you hire security, it usually is ex-military, ex-police officers. You don't think that those people still have connections and they can't talk to people and say, hey, what have you heard on the street lately, to people that still work within those institutions? Give me a freaking break. That's why you hire ex-military. That's why you hire ex-police officers. That's the reason you do it.
That's why these articles are so campy and silly.
Well, I'm just trying to expose that she's trying to put this narrative out there, and it's stupid.
She does want that.
And on Gong Yu's birthday.
On Gong Yu? How dare you?
The gap could mean the difference between life and death. He added, at big royal events, you see ununiformed officers. Yeah, that's royal. But behind the scenes, MI5 and counter-terror teams are involved. We know that. They didn't want to do this anymore. That infrastructure just isn't available to Harry anymore. He's essentially flying blind. In America, he can have security that carries guns. He should be happy about that. They can't do that in the UK.
Every single time I see him go to LAX with his car, he has private security detail.
And they have guns when they're in the States.
Yes.
The death of Harry's mother. See, throwing it. I'm not even going to read that. Just keep bringing up that Diana card. Well, that's a sick article. I'm glad we read it with you guys because I hadn't read it yet and I'm very upset about it. But I do want to, again, tip my hat to the good people over at Radar Online for finding the most paranoid pictures they could of Harry and printing it with the article, because seriously, this saves us so much time when we're trying to make slides, finding these great pictures. I mean, it's beautiful.
He has not slept in months.
Radar Online put out another interesting nugget, which is something we kind of already guessed. We already knew because we didn't see her around a lot.
She's not getting magazine covers anymore. This is it.
Yeah.
This is housewives stuff. This is where she is.
You're right. No, you're right. So we haven't seen Doria around.
She's been MIA
a lot lately. And Stephanie and I and a lot of other people have already speculated that the paycheck has run out, because we do not think for a second that Doria, out of the goodness of her heart, just shows up and wants to play with the kids.
Oh, I'm sure.
And wants to do grandma time. No, that does not happen, allegedly, in our opinion. We just don't see Doria as that kind of person. Doria was the person that Meghan called when she was first grifting Harry and the royal family. She needed paparazzi shots. Hold it like you are having textbooks of psychology books, actually look like a social worker. We did a whole expose on her, on how her website, all it does is collect information. It doesn't actually go anywhere. She's not actually helping seniors.
No,
she's scamming seniors, allegedly, supposedly.
Well, we have a little proof.
Little proof. Okay, so
A
Doria hasn't been seen. The last time I saw Doria, well, the two last times I saw Doria was at the end of that With Love Meghan, where she just kind of like walked in.
Yeah.
And then Meghan was making some weird banana pudding thing in her kitchen, and Doria took a bite out of it and didn't look like that thrilled, and Meghan freaked.
Yeah.
Like, if it was my mom, let's say, okay, I'm just going to give you guys like a hypothetical. If mom was in the kitchen and I was like, Mom, we're filming this so I can put this on Instagram.
You should talk about the American flag caprese salad.
Yes. The fact that Meghan couldn't get Doria to actually get one take of her looking enthusiastic about it, and then Meghan looking nervous, like, is this what joy looks like? You know, the fact that she couldn't tell Doria to do that, like, we have such a close relationship with our mom. I'd be like, oh no, do it again. Not that we would ever do that, but I can have that. Like, you're so close to someone, you're like reading their mind, like, Mom, no, do it again. No, people aren't going to believe that you like that banana pudding, you know, even though Mom loves all of our cooking. So Radar Online puts out this article, exclusive, the brutal reasons Meghan Markle has now been abandoned by her mom after Duchess begged, don't leave.
I wouldn't be surprised if Doria was not leaking these articles, because if the money did dry up and she was off her allowance, this would make total sense.
Yeah. You guys have to understand, there is no love lost between these two. The reason being, if you really are from a close family, your mom teaches you to be respectful, especially to your elders. And if Meghan treated the Queen, Prince Philip, her own dad, King Charles, she doesn't talk to any of her, she dropped Jessica Mulroney, she drops all her friends, then that says a lot about Doria.
I have not seen Miss Anne around
ever since the Palestinian thing, where they cut off the funds. But he's, you know, he'll be there. He's a Sussex squatty. Doria was never there unless, in our opinion, she was getting paid or told Baccarat is going to take a picture of you.
Yeah.
Like, those were all set up photos. We did a video on that too. Meghan Markle howled, "Don't leave me," as her mother Doria moved out of her and her henpecked husband, Prince Harry's Montecito mansion. The departure came after diva Duchess Markle used her mom to care for her kids. That does sound like something Doria would say. Like, we could never imagine our mom doing that to us, but that sounds like something Doria would do.
Well, there's history behind it too, because didn't Thomas Markle sort of do that and go, Meghan abandoned me?
And sources tell us even her own mother got sick of her constant moaning and drama. She had to flee the luxury
Could you
home.
imagine being around Meghan for more than like 24 hours? Just put yourself in that position.
You know what, Meghan? If you're going to treat your family like that, expect your family to treat you the same way.
That's what I'm saying. There's history behind this with her half brother, with her dad, with her sister, and now we're seeing this.
Like, yeah, I mean, flooring us. But yeah, I guess if you're not good to the people in your life, and that's what's going to happen. Yoga teacher Raglin. Oh, they're not saying social worker anymore?
Well, what? The website was a complete con.
Yoga teacher Raglin had moved into the Sussex's sprawling California mansion in early 2024 to help them through a difficult patch. I thought she lived with them during the pandemic. To help them through a difficult patch marked by professional setbacks and personal challenges. I think you're right. I think Doria did leak this.
Someone's talking.
The tight-knit mother-daughter bond strengthened during this time, with Raglin providing a steady presence in the home she shared with Markle, Harry, and their 2 children. The only way Meghan's going to be able to get out of this right now and prove this story is wrong is if her and her mom do a pap walk. Because right now, it totally looks like, in my head, it looks like,
and you're usually right,
Doria is pissed about something, and she is like, I'm gonna go to the papers.
And you need money, and when you need money, you do this kind of stuff. It's so easy. You get the paycheck in the mail.
It's not cheap to live in California.
No.
One insider close to the family told us Doria was a steady support for Harry and Meghan during a tough time. See, it's all about Doria.
For Harry, if you know what I mean.
She provided support. She provided them with much needed emotional strength. But she has her own life and social circle, and she was getting sick of her own daughter's constant moaning and drama.
Was she hanging out with Kris Jenner again and Kim Kardashian? Yeah. That's her social circle.
Yeah. Meghan is deeply upset about her mother leaving. She even pleaded, "Don't leave me," as she walked out of the door with her suitcases. Harry also regarded Doria as a mother figure, and both are feeling her absence. Well, if mother figure is a grifter, then yeah, I guess she is a mother figure. Before relocating to the Sussex's estate, Raglin regularly commuted from View Park, Windsor Hills in Los Angeles to visit Markle and Harry.
Otherwise known as Culver City.
Yes, Culver City. This is getting very detailed now.
So specific.
The person that leaked this wants you to know that Doria sacrificed a lot.
Oh, a lot.
In the last couple years to help her daughter.
Oh God, yeah.
Her move into the 2-bedroom guest house. Again, let's say we had kids. We've always kind of speculated about this, that's why mom and dad gave us houses that are 5 minutes away from them, because in their head, I think mom knew, well, I'm going to have to raise those kids. Like, it's not going to, because like our grandma, no, because like our grandma was like our second mom. So telling us that Doria moved into their guest house of all places, that's not that big of a deal. No. Generationally, like Olivia Munn's mom is close to them. She practically moved in with them when they first had the baby.
She's still there.
Yeah, and we just found out that she had breast cancer too. Yeah, very sad. Her move into the 2-bedroom guest home on their now it's a $29 million property.
They upped it.
Yeah. Was prompted by a turbulent period following the release of their Netflix documentary.
It scares me when they say $29 million property. It's like, are they selling it? Is this what we're it's like every single thing is so calculated. We have to read between the lines.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like they're trying to flip it. And by changing the narrative that it's now 30 million and not 14. It could be like, you're right. It is
and put a 2 in front of it. That'll make it seem even less.
Since then, the couple has faced numerous professional hurdles, including the loss of a $20 million spot. Well, that was their own fault.
That's their fault.
Yeah. Pearl, she lifted that idea from another woman. That was their fault. And once Netflix looked into it, they were like, wait a second, this is plagiarism.
You're also not talented, Meghan. Yeah.
Despite signing with WME Talent Agency in 2023, the Sussexes have struggled to secure new projects. Well, whose fault is that? Our source added, Doria is happy with how the family is doing. Well, that's nice of her. She's a grandma. She's ready to concentrate on her own life. You know what? You're right, Doria. You have sacrificed so much for your children. Wait a second, you only have Meghan. You have done so much. I mean, that 10-year span where Meghan never saw you, allegedly, and Thomas Markle Sr. had to put her through a private school.
Sending her to Korean spas.
Yeah, like, oh my God.
It's just, you really did a lot.
Talk about sacrificing for your kids. Now I know how mom and dad feel just reading this article.
Now I know how the Kennedys feel.
Yes. She plans to visit often, but won't be living with them full time again. Raglin's departure coincided with more turmoil for the couple as their public relations team experiences upheaval.
Man, at least they're being honest about it now.
Yeah. We had already given you our opinion on why they got rid of those people. They said that they're going to outsource to an agency. Basically, that means that, in our opinion, Harry and Meghan can no longer afford private staff.
No.
It's expensive.
Harry.
Private staff. You have to pay insurance, healthcare, everything on them. You outsource to an agency like WME or another agency.
They have the office. They have the transportation.
Overhead, everything.
Everything.
Yeah, and they call you and they keep whatever percentage you work out.
But they're in control.
They're in 100% control. The Sussexes have since turned to Method Communications. That's the agency we talked about. Markle has also distanced herself from former confidants. Well, we knew that. Hello. When was she ever friends with Priyanka Chopra?
Yeah, I heard she was.
I think they
went to a tennis tournament once.
I think they were with the same Sunshine Sacks and told to be at places at the same time.
Yeah, they were definitely not like good friends. Yeah. But they were like in that crowd.
Yeah. The Sussexes also reportedly fell out with the Beckhams. Yeah, we know that. And Meghan must be thinking something is deeply wrong if even her own mom can't stand to live with her in a huge mansion.
Yeah, but see, narcissists never wake up and see that.
Yeah.
So it's like we're reading this going, did Doria leak this? Because Doria may be thinking this going, maybe one day she's going to look in the mirror and go, God, I'm a terrible person.
Yeah.
I need to go figure this stuff out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But make it stop.
Yeah.
Sorry, Doria. Doria, I hate to burst your bubble, but that will never happen.
You know, as much as I like reading these articles and like kind of getting like a gauge on the family dynamics right now going on with Doria and Meghan, it does make me sad because how can to this day, I still can't get over how a mother can do that to a daughter. Like that is crazy to me. Even if the daughter constantly is screwing up, for Doria, like let's say she did leak this story, that to me is crazy.
But Meghan Markle wants to go into business with Betty. So is it crazy?
No.
Or are these patterns repeating right before our eyes?
Yeah, I mean, guys, look, no good is going to come out of this because you see the way Meghan was brought up on how to treat family and how to treat people. And that's what's sad. Unless Harry and Meghan had an epiphany and a total brain transplant, there's no way they're going to change their ways because you are a product of your environment. And in Harry's mind, he was babied, he was coddled, and everything was his dad's fault. Mm-hmm. And in Meghan's head, allegedly, everything was her mom's fault. So, I feel bad for those kids. Today's animal rescue is Hounds Rescue. We love working with these guys. They really pull a lot of animals out of high kill shelters in New York City, especially the pitties that need immediate care. We're also going to include the links of the 3 rescues that have been pulling the animals out of the Central Texas flooding areas, rescuing them, saving them, finding their owners, fostering them, doing all the hard work. So please, if you have any love to give them, please give to them. Also share them with friends and family. Please just share them. Sharing them makes a huge difference.
All right, guys. Well, we will see you tomorrow. Yes. Everyone stay cool. Take care of your pets. We love you. Happy birthday.